And we continue with Dirshu Mishnah Berurah. It's a pretty exciting day as we're going to be concluding Hilchos Kriya Shema with Siman Peichas. So it says the Machaber with Siman Peichas, he coins this Balkari Motor B'Kriya Shema. The Balkari is allowed to say Shema. Says the Machaber Kol HaTameim Karim Ba'Torah V'Karim Kriya Shema Mispalim. Anyone who is Tameh is allowed to read in the Torah and allowed to read Shema and Daven Chutz Mi Balkari. A Balkari is not allowed to. Shayitzia Ezra, Mikola Tameim. Ezra made a takana and singled out a Balkari from all the Tameim. V'asura bein b'divrei Torah, bein b'kriyas Shema Tefillah, ad sheyitzbal. And Ezra made a takana. The Balkari is not allowed to learn, not allowed to daven till he goes to the mikvah. Kidei shleyitam michacham mitzuyin eitel nishaseim ketar negaylim. What's the reason? Says the Machaber, so that Tamid Chachamim should not hang out with their wife, should not always be together with the wife anytime husband and wife are together. The husband becomes a Balkari. So said Ezra, if we're not going to allow you to daven, a Talmid Chacham is not going to be with his wife all the time. But afterwards they are mavatal this takana, and they put back the matter on the original din. Sha'af Balkari mutar b'divrei Torah. They went backwards and they said even a Balkari is allowed to learn Torah, but tefillah, without going to the mikvah, without having 9 kav poured on him, and such as the minhag. Continues the Ramah. Some say a woman when she's a nida should enter into a shul or to daven or lasker Hashem or to mention Hashem's name or to touch the sefer. So said there were such minhagim that a woman when she's a nida should not come to shul. She's allowed. That is the min halach. Aval minhag Medina is eluk as far as the Ramah said back in Ashkenaz. The minhag was the original, like the first shita that a woman while she's a nida should not come to shul. But says the Ramah may libon the days that she has a din of nida, but she's not actively bleeding. She's not during her menstruating cycle. Nagu motor. Even in places that are machmir, but on Yom Harayim and the time that everyone together comes to shul, perhaps Purim, mutar and leilach kishar nashim, then they're allowed to come to shul, like the woman kila emet savan gadol, because it can be very sad. She calls us that everyone's coming to shul and they're standing outside. So says Mishnah Berurah Sivkatan Aleph Kidei, V'gam ki hakeri ba mikalas roish. Mr. Berurah adds on another reason that Keri comes from Kalas Roish, from acting with levity. And Torah has to be with fear, trepidation, sweat, like Maimon Har Sinai was at the time it was given. But afterwards they are mavatal this takanami called Makab, says the Mishnah Berurah. Someone who wants to be machmer, someone who wants to go to the mikvah, Tavaya love bracha. So Mishnah Berurah says that this takana of Ezra was revoked, but still it's a beautiful thing. Of course, Chasidim are in general makbid. It's a beautiful thing, Tavala bracha, to be makbid, to go to the mikvah before learning after one as Thomas Kari. But Dafka Ali Deizeli Evers Van Kriya Shema Tefillah, says Mishnah Berurah, don't miss Van Kriya Shema, don't miss Van Tefillah. Shouldn't even miss Tefillah b'tzibur. Oisei takanas have got the gimel. Sheisei gezira shein roi v'tzibur chon lamed by, says Mishnah Berurah. Why do they rescind this decree? The reason being, says Mishnah Berurah, because it was a decree that the majority of Klal Yisrael were not able to withstand with this. Ubetalua. So why did they get rid of the decree? They got rid of it, says the Mishnah Berurah, Misham, Bittul Torah, Misham Bittul Peravu. There were those who were not learning. There were some that were not together, husband and wife. For those reasons, says Mishnah Berurah, they got rid of this takana. Haminag Sivkatan Dalit. Kal Makayim Yishan Shemaisa Shanagim Takana Zu. As we just pointed out, there are Anshe Maisa that continue this minhag and like this Tavel Bracha of a table and his Atzon Likarian. Bimkosh Aleim Atvila Reichas in his Atzon Tishas Kabim. And if it's impossible, they're allowed to do what? Rinse themselves with 9 kav of water, which during the time of COVID, it became very famous when certain people couldn't get to the mikvah, which is going to a shower. We'll talk about this in a few moments, for 4 to 5 minutes. Kshurim L'Tefillah Zu, 40 Sa of even Mayim She'uvim is kosher L'Tefillah, which is the reason why one is allowed to go into a swimming pool for Tefillah's carry. V'chein Tishas Kabim Gamkin Mayim She'uvim, Tishas Kabim as well can be with Mayim She'uvim. V'afilu Mishol Shekelim, even from different Kelim. B'ayim Shlo Yafsik Mishvichas Kli Echad Ad Shiaschal Hasheni has to be. It doesn't have to be all 9 Kavim, one Kli, but it has to be one after another without any break. Avol Yosim Mishol Shekelim Ein Mitzarvin L'Shir Tishas Kabim, more than 3 Kelim are not mitzarv for the Shir, and this is the reason why some are makbid that a shower does not work, whereas others hold that it is considered 1 Keli. V'hanach Tishas Kabim Sarach Sheish V'chaleim have to be poured on him. You don't go inside of it. Anytime you're going into tefillah, you need 40 sa. You have a tefillah, can work for 9 kavim on top of him. Says Mishnah Berurah, when one is doing the 9 kavim, pouring it onto a person, and now we're going to get the process how one could do 9 kavim, even if you're not one might not do it by having someone pouring on him. As we mentioned, the shower might be an avenue. You should stand straight, your 2 hands opposite your heart. You should not press against your chest. A bit of space, so the water can flow over there. Should be poured on your body itself. 15 Polish quartz. Quartz are quartz, we need 24. Those who go to the mikvah and Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, Tishas Kabim, Yoti Mekel, Tishas Kabim, as we mentioned, which was the reason why by Corona there were certain people who didn't want to go to the mikvah due to cleanliness reasons, and you're able to Mekel with this 9 Kabim. Kasamang Avram, Dafta, and I get Tfilas Kelly, Dafka, be Bari, Oychayla Shishimish Mitasai. Says the Mishnah Berurah, even those that are Noik Tfilah carry is only Dafka, one who is healthy, or Shishimish Mitasai. Avochayla Shara carry, someone who is sick, and due to his sickness, he sees carry lansai potter miklam, he doesn't have to do anything. Vein lo yirak lerchai, so he said, Makam wash it off, Shem lochlo b'shechva zera, so you shouldn't be soiled with shechva zera. V'chein bari shara mayim chalukim potter miklam. To Lagazer Ezra al Zed divrei Torah tefillah of raklinin truma tmeya b'shamayim chalukim, which is a different sort of seminal discharge. And now we go into the Ramah and Sifkat and Hey. Mishnah Berurah discusses the minhag of women not going to shul. Kasav Rimeni Yerucham. Yesh Tayim Laimar, those who make a mistake and say Shanashim Yoldais, women who give birth, Lo Yikansel Basic Knesset should not come to shul. At Shavari Arba'im Yoim LeZachar, Shmeinim LeNekeva, till 40 days pass for a Zachar, 80 for Nekeva. Minhag Tayis Uvsarach Limchas Biyadam. That's an incorrect minhag. Oile Spal Sifkat and Vav. Binyamin Zev Sifkat Siman Kuftin Gimel Kasav. Shal Nag Gurak. Shlo Yikanis the basic Knesset, that the minhag was just not to come into shul. V'lo Sefer Torah, not to look at the Sefer Torah. V'gam k'shes v'alamin and oimedes v'nei chavarei sal, I shouldn't stand in front of their friends who are davening. V'shom minhag v'kavod oisin kain, v'lo mishom iser, wasn't an iser as a minhag ad kan l'shayni. V'chenis kibach chonim d'srich le'espalel bebeis of archel brachos. Of course, these women still need to daven, because they had this interesting minhag that they would not come to shul at a time that they were in need of. Avala minhag, so Mishnah Berurah said the minhag is like that for a shita. Ubedina Seinu says Mishnah Berurah, as everyone is suggesting, Noagun heter lo'ilam, we hold that a woman can go to shul always. Mavarchus mispalois mikol makayim. Here's a little bit of a not known fact. Lo yistaklu b'sefer Torah. A woman who is actively bleeding, menstruating, should not look at the Sefer Torah. It's picked up to show to the people. You should not go to cemeteries. But in Yom Narayim, Yom Rishon shall slichos ve'ilach mikru Yom Narayim l'chol kayavna. For I didn't myself ben now bita. She asked me yoledes. She's bringing a child. or she herself is pregnant, she's going to shul, she's allowed. For a moment, let's just quickly flip over here to the Dirshu, in which he talks about these interesting minhagim about women going to the mikvahs, etc., to the cemeteries, etc. He says, of course, Allah is nearest, they should make a bracha. And now, over here, edition number 18, he points out, lenient tefillah isha nida mikosel ma'aravi. So Mordechai Gra says, in zekol ba'etesh Concise Mishnah Berurah, and since it's such a tremendous mile to daven there, but he says you should be machmir. Then what? Isarasa, then mutalilach sham, minag nidcha. And of course, that is basically the answer to these questions. That if a woman has a desire to go to the kaisel, etc., Sinei Sarah, it's a time of davening, then we're going to be makel to go to such places. And b'siyata d'shmaya, mazel tov to everyone. We finally finish Hilchos Kriya Shema. It's been a long journey. B'siyata d'shmaya, we'll be getting Siman Peites, the halachas of Tefillah in the next year. Emir Ta Hashem.